Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Al James' Conjuror at the Table, a master course in restaurant magic. I must tell you at the outset, I am not currently doing restaurant magic. Many of my colleagues today have told me, you're just not maximizing your business if you're not chasing the restaurant market. You know, let me give you a little bit of history. I've done restaurant magic. I've done it. I've worked in restaurants. I've done table hopping. I've done it. Do I enjoy it? No, I don't enjoy it. That's why I don't pursue it. I like going into a facility, setting up my show, doing 45 minutes or an hour, tearing down my show and walking out. That's what I like to do. Now, many magicians will say you will do much more of that if you do table hopping, if you get a residency. There's certainly a debate in magic about being successful as a magician with or without a residency. Many magicians will tell you that without a residency you can't succeed. You know, I will tell you that I am not a wealthy man. I am not having incredible success. That's true. My calendar isn't fully booked. That's true. However, I'm doing okay. And I don't have a residency. So I just don't think you need a residency. However, if you want a residency, if table hopping is something you want to do, if it's something that you enjoy doing, if it's the kind of magic that appeals to you, don't miss this. I have read, and you know, I make a point, because I want to be a professional magician. I've made a point of reading the material from table hoppers, from restaurant performers, from people with residencies. I want to hear the point of view. I want to hear what they're doing. Of all the books I've read on the subject of restaurant magic, table hopping, this is the best one. It's the best one. I highly recommend it. I think that this person has been doing restaurant magic since 1971. Think about that. Decades and decades and decades, this man has been doing restaurant magic. And he's been very successful at it. So does he have something to say? Absolutely, he has something to say. Now, having said all that, I'm going to make a statement here, and I know this is controversial. And so I invite your comments down below, because I would love to have a discussion about it. In this book, he talks about, one of the many things he talks about is how to get tips. How to get tips. One of the many things he talks about is how to get tips. My feeling on tips is this. If you're working at a restaurant where there's a wait staff, the wait staff could potentially feel infringed upon if you're taking tips. Why? Wouldn't the patrons go ahead and tip the wait staff anyway? You could argue that. But the wait staff might perceive that you are taking something away from them. They might begin to feel threatened by your presence if you're accepting tips. That's kind of my feeling about tips. Now, having said that, I will tell you that when I have worked restaurants, when I have done table hopping, I have politely declined tips. But I will tell you one experience I had. A gentleman offered me a tip. And I said, sir, the restaurant is paying me. And the gentleman said, I will give my money where I want to give my money, and I want to give you a tip. And he was adamant about that. I graciously accepted the tip. If somebody wants to tip you, graciously accept the tip. Say, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Accept the tip. That's not what he's talking about here. He's talking about milking the tip. And I think that when you do that, again, you're putting yourself potentially in an antagonistic situation here. You want the wait staff and the management of the restaurant to feel like you're on their team, like you're part of the restaurant community, restaurant staff, that you're promoting the restaurant and the overall good of the restaurant and the overall good of the employees of the restaurant. So Anyway, that's my feeling. It's the only thing about the book that I read and I thought, I'm not sure. But the rest of the book, he talks about how to get a restaurant. He talks about what types of magics to do at the table. He deals with all of those elements in detail and from the point of view of someone who knows it better than anybody else. So, once again, if you're interested in the field, don't miss this. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you've not done so already. Please comment down below. I love your comments. Have a great day.